What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a new video on my channel. Today we have episode 20 of this series, Trading Supply and Demand for a Living, where I'm going to be breaking down this gold trade that I took today. I ended up losing $250, and I'm going to break it down for all of you guys over here in the video. So before we get started, let me show you the account. It is sitting at $52,682 right now, with the loss that we had today. We also have, before we move on with gold and I break down the trade, let me show you guys US 30, which we had a good demand setup today, a very nice setup. I didn't take it. 14s, why I didn't take it. First of all, it was Monday, so Monday is a little bit slow. It takes the market a little bit to wake up. Second thing, we're close to all-time highs on US 30. 13, we are before this. Well, this was at 8:35, 8:30 a.m., which was before the New York Stock Exchange opened. Indices like Nasdaq, US 30, they move the most after 9:30 a.m. East time, so I didn't want to touch it, especially on a Monday. And the fourth reason was because last week US 30 was beating my ass, like literally beating my ass. First trade that I took last week on US 30 went 2 pips away from TP. It was literally 2 pips away and then completely reversed. And the second trade on Friday, I took a demand, I believe it was, and then it went on my direction for a little bit, reversed, hit my stop loss, and went up in my direction. So it literally um, beat my ass last week, and I was good on US 30, especially today. Being a Monday, first day of the week, I'm not trying to play around with US 30. So that's why I didn't take it, and then this was a trade that won. Like, literally, look. It was a trade that was looking good. We had the 13 EMA right here. We had a break of structure of these highs over here. We're looking bullish on every time frame. Everything was perfect. Ended up winning. I didn't take it. So I ended up taking gold, which in fact ended up losing. Gold has been the consistent one, and then today it ended up losing. So let's break it down for you guys. This was the demand that we had on gold. As you guys can see, we had a high over here that we just broke, so we created a new higher high on the 5 minute short. The only thing that I didn't like about gold is that we didn't have any confluence on the EMAs inside the zone or below my rejection on the zone. Like US 30, you guys can see that we rejected the 13 EMA right there, but on the other hand, gold, the EMAs, the 50 SMA and the 13 EMA were above the price action or the candles that we had at the moment. So that's the only thing that I didn't like about gold, if I'm being honest. Then I did like these two rejections on the zone, so it was looking nice. My entry was going to be right here, so stop loss goes below the zone right there, and then we aim for a one-to-one, which a one-to-one is aiming like these highs over here once again. So gold gave me the entry right there, and then it started pushing up. When it started pushing up, I'm confident that gold is going to hit TP. Like, look, it was literally super close to TP. Didn't hit it by a little bit. We also had this resistance over here. We can argue that, but anyways, it struggled with that. I thought that we were sitting, oh, we just broke above the 13 and the 50 SMA, so we're most likely going to keep the momentum to the upside and probably go. Next candle literally did this. Next candle was a red candle rejecting that resistance, that we can argue once again that this was a resistance that gold was struggling to break. But it came back down. Now it's retesting the 50 and the 13, so I'm still sitting on the trade. But if I see that this breaks this low right here, I'm most likely going to close. This is my thinking at the moment on the trade. I'm seeing this, we went close to TP, but it doesn't mean that this has to hit my TP. It can most likely reverse from here. We don't have any supply. This is not a high probability supply, but we do have a resistance or a level right here that gold is struggling to break. That's what it looks like with these rejections. So I'm not sleeping on this setup. I'm watching it. Like, I'm keeping a close eye, because if we go below this low right here on that green candle, I'm most likely going to close. Then I try to check the lower time frames, and I see that we had a 3 minute demand sitting right here. So sometimes they do hit. I don't use the 3 minute, but sometimes they do hit and they do add confluence. I checked the 1 minute, and on the 1 minute we also had a 1 minute demand right here. So I'm thinking, okay, the 1 minute demand as of right now, we're still above it. So then gold invalidated that 1 minute demand and started dropping, so I deleted the 1 minute demand, but we're still tapping the 3 minute. Once we tap the 3 minute, we had a bullish candle, send me back to profits again, so we were sitting close to profits. Now the next candle was crucial, because the next candle, if you guys can see it, we are watching this 3 minute demand, right, coming off a 5 minute. So when we had that 3 minute right there, it literally broke the high. It gave a break of the candle right there. So if you trade the 3 minute, that was your entry right there. So I'm thinking, all right, if this trade is going to fail, it is going to break this low right here. Like if it is going to win, it is going to reject this 3 minute and go straight to my TP. There is no question about it. If it is going to win after that break of candle, breaking this 3 minute candle high, after I broke a high, I don't need this candle or the next one to come and break this bullish candle low. I don't need that. I need the next candle to literally push to my TP or start pushing back up at least to these highs and then potentially my TP. I don't need this price or the candle or the next candle to start coming back down. And that is exactly what happened. Also, if you can see it on the 5 minute chart, we also had a closure on the 5 minute above the 13, above the 50. So this bullish candle right here, I don't need this low to be broken. So that was my thinking on the 3 minute and 5 minute, same thing. Next candle started coming back down, like literally started pushing up. When it started pushing up, I'm like, okay, it's looking alright as of right now. We're still not out of the trenches, but it's still looking alright. Gave a second candle break. Like if I zoom in for you guys, it broke this high with this candle, and now it broke this high on the middle candle with this new red candle. Two break of candles right there to then come and break this low and this low. And also, if you was watching this live, this literally went over here and then immediately dropped and was like right here. It was like a quick drop that I had on the market. So when I saw that volume come in, I'm already trying to close. So I gave it a little bit of breathing room since my stop loss was like sitting over here. I'm still like, okay, my stop loss is still going to be sitting below this low right there. And yeah, we just went below it and I ended up closing exactly right there. I cut my loss because, as I was saying, we're coming from a 5 minute. We already went close to TP. We have a resistance that we are rejecting over here. We just invalidated a 1 minute demand. This is not looking good. We still have a 3 minute, but I need the 3 minutes since we already have two candle breaks to the upside. I need the 3 minute to push with momentum to the upside. I don't need the candles to start breaking lows into the demand and coming back into my zone. So I ended up closing right there, and the rest was history. Like it ended up dropping with the next candle. You can also kind of see it with the volume. Like whenever you're in a trade, make sure that you stay active on the market. Don't walk away. Don't go to the kitchen. Don't go to the bathroom to go pee or whatever. Stay watching the markets because when this candle, I'm saying it, when this candle pushed right here, it dropped super fast and then flip red, like immediately flip red. Like if institutions or banks were like literally having a lot of selling pressure right there. And when you see that against your demand or against your setup, you're literally going to be wrong. Most likely, you're going to be wrong. It was a high volatility day today on gold. I ain't gonna lie. We had like these candles were up and down a lot. But this candle in particular, after it broke the high, I don't need it to break the high and then immediately come back down and flip red like how it did. If you was watching the live, you know what I'm saying. But pay attention to the candles whenever you're in the trade. They will literally tell you what they're trying to do, most likely. And also try to get better at cutting the losses. That like literally that can save your trading week or whatever. That will be the difference between you becoming profitable or not. Understanding your setup when it is going against you, when this setup still can work, or when it is looking super bad, when you have to cut the loss so you can minimize your losses, and then when you need to hold your trade so you can maximize your winners. You have to understand that a little bit. On Friday, we maximized a win on Nasdaq. We took a 1 to 2 risk reward. We ended up making $1,000. Today, I risked $500, $600, but I only ended up losing 250 because I cut the loss. I understood that the market was not in my favor at that time, especially with that momentum, so I ended up closing. So make sure that you guys learn that because that is really, really, really important. But yeah, that is it for the video of today, guys. Make sure to subscribe. Hopefully tomorrow we can get a win. I'm going to be holding the trade a little bit longer if I end up getting on a trade tomorrow because I want to cover this loss, which is a small loss, plus the normal profits that I make. So probably a 1 to 1.5 will be the move for tomorrow. If we can get a 1 to 2, perfect. If we can get a 1 to 1, that is going to be it. Whatever the market throws at me, I'm just trying to get a win. That's all we're trying to do at the end of the day. So make sure to subscribe, hit the like button. Don't forget to join the Discord. The link is in the description for the signals, and also follow me on Instagram. The link is also in the description. So thank you so much, and I see you guys in the next video.